What is going on with ERLC updates? Well, today I've combined a list of 5 of the things we're relatively sure that will be coming to ERLC in the near future, and then a couple of, I suppose, speculations and things to discuss at the end of the video. So let's just get started. Now, I think most of us are aware that Fictional Cars will be arriving to ERLC in the early stages of this year, most likely Q1 of 2024. If you don't know what's happening, essentially, due to all the issues with brands copyrighting Roblox games, because Roblox games are using their cars, their logos, their branding in their games, ERLC is taking the route that a lot of other roleplay games are going down and fictionalizing all of their cars. So they're creating new brands, new designs for their cars, but basing them off of basically real cars, so they don't look, wildly sci-fi concepts. We've only seen a few images, but honestly, in my opinion, they do look pretty good. I don't think it's anything to be worried about. However, I think the main and biggest question people have is, will they be revamping the police, fire, and DOT fleet? Because if they do, then not only will most of our liveries that we have right now be, I suppose, useless, but it will also be a very interesting, I suppose, changeover time. Now, there's a lot of questions we don't have answered, so I'm not really going to speculate too much about that. However, the last information we heard was, I believe it was mid-December of 2023, so we should be getting information late January, maybe early February. But that is one thing that they're definitely working on, especially with the creation of their new ERLC in 3D group. Now, the next thing that we can confirm is coming are electric cars, and this was actually confirmed to us with the fictional vehicles teaser. So a couple of things to, I suppose, note along the side of these. We will be getting electric charging points, most likely at the gas stations, and then maybe a couple around the city in parking garages, those sort of places. Also, the fast refueling game pass will most likely be renamed and will probably encompass both electric and diesel/petrol cars. So basically, you don't have to wait at a gas station for 20 minutes. Not like you're going to need to in a Roblox game anyways. Now, the new DOT logo that quite a few people have been talking about. This was first seen with the bucket truck, and we just saw it again with the new hat UGCs that they have released. So a lot of people have been kind of speculating, will they be updating the DOT liveries? Is this hinting towards a DOT livery update? Because I suppose it would make sense. It's the only team that hasn't had a livery revamp, but it's also the only team that was added into the game after launch. So I suppose we'll have to wait and see, but it is something, I suppose, to keep in your minds. A DOT livery revamp could be quite interesting, as well as a uniform revamp. Definitely think it needs some new uniforms. Now, digging back a bit into 2023, SWAT gear revamp. But when PRC put out a tweet looking for new modelers, they included an image of essentially a breakdown of a SWAT character in ERLC with all the different UGC accessories. Now, this isn't 100% confirming a SWAT revamp. However, I think it is very much a due one, given a lot of the SWAT gear has been in the game for quite some time, and I think it could do with some updating and some new models. So definitely keep a lookout for that. But yeah, SWAT Game Pass revamp or new additions to the SWAT Game Pass, I think is due on the horizon. And lastly of the, I suppose, confirmed updates is the ERLC private server API public release. Now, I've done a couple of videos on this showcasing what it is, but to quickly brief you on what this is, Flatbird, one of the developers for ERLC, who mainly manages the bots and all of those sort of things, they've been working on this API that you can use, link it to your bots, and essentially moderate your ERLC server from Discord or an external website, basically making running an ERLC server pretty easy. Now, currently this is only accessible to a few servers in early access. I am lucky to be one of the few to test it out on video for you all, but we're most likely due this in January, February, or probably latest March. But I definitely think this could be a game changer in the private server realms. Now, there's two things I wanted to round this video up with, was the caves and the summer update of 2024. Now, first of all, with the caves, they haven't been updated in what seems to be a while now. Almost over a year, I believe. The caves haven't been updated, which is kind of crazy because we had almost like 6 months of them being updated every single update. and now radio silence. So I really do hope they've got some ideas or some plans of what they're doing with the caves, because I loved it. It was a bit of mini ERC lore, and you know, that's kind of a bit of fun to mess around with and check out every update video. And lastly was the summer update of 2024. Now, I think many people can agree summer 2023 was slightly lackluster. It didn't have the same hype that 2022 or 2021 had. I think everyone can agree that the summer of 2021 and 22 had some of the best ERC updates ever. And I would really love for the developers to replicate that same feeling and level of excitement and update, really. With the ERC development team having grown so much over the last 6 months, I definitely think that they will have something in store for us. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, fingers crossed 2024 summer is a good one for ERC, because I think a lot of people are looking forward to it. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. Just wanted to catch everyone up on the latest of kind of what was going on in the world of ERC, because I've seen a lot of people in the comments asking me about this. It would be pretty funny if they then dropped the first update of the year like a couple of days after this video, but it should be at the end of January anyways, because this is the latest they've ever updated going into a year. But yeah, we'll see. Lots on the horizon, and hopefully it's going to be a good spring and summer for the game. Subscribe so you don't miss out on anything, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.